everyone! Today is Friday and I'm going to do a little vlog, which I don't normally do, but when you see this, it's the 1st of Advent, or at least that's when I'm going to be posting this video, and I thought it would be nice to do a little Christmas or getting into the Christmas spirit video, and yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to decorate the house a little bit with the things we have in storage, and I'm going to do some decorating DIYs as well, and some baking too. And these are the kinds of things I think most people here in Sweden at least do in anticipation for the 1st of Advent, or even on that Sunday. And yeah, it's a nice thing to do. I think it sort of marks the beginning, or the beginning of the countdown for Christmas. And I'm looking forward to having some lights around the house and getting that cozy feeling. And I look forward to sharing this process with you. We'll see where the day takes us, but first I'm going to head out to the market and see if I can get some plants. I want to get some flowers to plant, like typical Christmas flowers that I can't think of the English name for now, but I will tell you later if I can find them. And also maybe some eucalyptus or some pine branches? Do you say that? I don't know. To make a wreath or something like that. But we'll see what they have. Obviously, with the restrictions at the moment, I don't want to be going into shops or anything. So we'll just see what they have at the market. I'm gonna get a few things from the grocery store, and then I'm gonna come back here and we're gonna start decorating. But yeah, let's go outside and see what we can find. Back from our venture to the market, and I got some good foliage from a nice lady there to use in our DIYs, but I definitely spent too much time looking at other things because it's just so nice to see all those flowers and plants, and I could just, you know, buy the whole place, but I know it's not completely sustainable to buy a bunch of cut flowers and stuff, so I try to restrain myself. And also there are 3 more Advents to come, so there's plenty of time to do more decorating later. So I just got that foliage to use in the DIYs, and I got some, I don't know if you call it that in English, I still haven't checked, some hyacinths, I think is what they called, and we're gonna plant them later. But first, for this first DIY, I think now is the start of the DIYing session to get going. I want to make some dried orange slices. I'm sure you have seen this in decorations before, and it's actually really easy to do at home, although I have never done it before. But it takes a couple of hours. I think it's a good thing to get them going. So let's do that, and then let's dig into a bunch of other DIY stuff. relocated to the living room now. I've got my orange slices in the oven, and it's actually so simple to make them. I will write in the description box how to do it. And one thing that I forgot to say before when we got back in is that it's like such a beautiful day today. It makes me really happy because it's been quite grey, and with like the world's politics and this pandemic, it's had me quite down. So the sunshine and doing all these crafts really makes me happy, and I hope that I can share that with you. And yeah, it's the first day that it's actually really cold outside. It's just a few degrees above zero, so it was nice to get my winter coat out as well and breathe some really fresh, cool air. But yeah, I've relocated here. I've set up a little crafting station. I've brought out some tea and some ginger biscuits, or pepparkaka as we call it in Swedish. This is a very typical Swedish treat for Christmas. It's got ginger and cinnamon and cloves and all sorts of spices in there. They're very thin and very crispy. So we're gonna have some of those while we do some crafts. And the first thing I'm gonna do, and you might think after having dried oranges and eaten oranges that I might have had enough of oranges, but no. I'm going to do a very traditional Swedish ornament, I guess, where you stick cloves, whole, I guess this is a whole clove. I don't know how they grow actually, but cloves like this into the orange, and then usually you put a ribbon around it and you hang it up. I have to go up to the attic and see if I can find my ribbons. I don't have new ones. I like to reuse, so I hope I saved enough to hang these later. But yeah, we're gonna do this first, then do the wreath, plant my flowers, and we'll see how it goes. I'm back in the kitchen because we need some lunch. As always, I want to do everything in one day, and it's already past lunchtime, and you can probably hear some frying noises. I'm frying up some frozen vegan Swedish meatballs, but in Sweden we just call them meatballs. And we're gonna make a sandwich that's like typical Christmas flavors for me, and I think for a lot of people here in Sweden. And it has this creamy beetroot salad, and then you top it with vegan meatballs, and I will put some lettuce on there. And yeah, Rob loves this sandwich, and I made it for his family last year. They liked it too. And yeah, I think pretty much everyone I've made the sandwich for really likes it. So it's a nice thing to try if you want to try some Swedish Christmassy food. And I've made it in a video, like a recipe video here on YouTube, so I'll link that in the description box, and maybe I'll put a card up here somewhere if you want to check it out. I've also saved this recipe as a story highlight on my Instagram, so maybe I can show you that, or yeah, if you find me there at Good Eatings, you can find it there as well. And yeah, we're gonna have the sandwich. Then we're gonna continue with the DIYs, and we went upstairs to the attic to get down our Christmas things, and we've realized that for our stars we actually don't have the light, which is a bit sad, but we'll hang what we have, and of course we'll show you. And yeah, this Christmassy day is not over yet, so let's make the food, let's have some lunch, and then keep going. I've now made the wreath for our door like you saw, and it's got dark outside. It's crazy how fast the time has gone today. It's really fun to do all these things, but apparently it's very time consuming, at least when you're filming. Anyways, I'm very happy with our wreath. I just used two types of foliage that you saw me get at the market, and I made it quite minimal. I had a similar one last year that I bought, so I just used the ring from that. I removed all the leaves from it last year and I kept it, so I just made a similar wreath this year, and I hope you liked it. It's a very simple way of doing it. I just used some metal wire, some metal thread, whatever this is called, to attach it. And it would have been better if I had, you know, the one that's green, but you can hide it behind the leaves. And I'm actually making one more. But yeah, I saw a nice picture on Pinterest. I'll see if I can put it in here, where someone had made a few of them and put them on the wall. So because I have so much foliage left, and I actually had one of these metal rings lying around from another project, so I thought I could start to make another one, and yeah, make some more in the next few days and hang them on the wall, hopefully, if I can find some more rings. Yeah. Anyways, what I'm gonna do now is decorate this, which is a typical Swedish Advent candle holder. So you have 4 lights in here. One for each Advent Sunday, so you light 1 candle per week. And yeah, I bought this one in a second-hand shop a few years ago. It's very well, I wouldn't choose this style today. I was actually looking for a like an iron one, a little bit more minimalist looking, but since we're not visiting shops at the moment, we have to make do with what we have. And I think we're all aware that this Christmas is going to be a little bit different, and I think it's a great reminder to just use the things you have and cherish them. So I'm going to prepare this one. Another thing that I would have liked to do is to get some maybe green candles, I was thinking, but it's not so easy to find vegan friendly candles necessarily, that are also somewhat environmentally friendly. But I had all these white candles anyway, so I thought, again, why not use what you have? So I'm gonna just put the candles in and use some of this foliage as well that I have on hand. And normally we would use some moss here, but I thought, why not do it a little bit different this year? So I hope it turns out good. Let's do that, and then I'm going to plant my hyacinths, and I'll show you that as well. So the roots on those plants were pretty crazy. I hope they will bloom, even though I quite precariously planted them in that vase or vase, however you say it. And basically I bought that vase last year, not yesterday, last year, because I saw it with these 3 hyacinths planted in there, and I thought, oh, I will do this every year when I got the vase. But maybe I got bulbs that were bigger this year, I'm not sure. We'll have to hope that it blooms. Anyways, as you can tell, I'm a little bit tired. I can't quite get my words together. I've been DIYing for a while now. It's about 5 p.m. And I think the last task for today, honestly, is gonna be hanging up my stars, even though I can't light them all, at least hanging them and placing all the light fixtures out. And then I think we'll have to reconvene in the morning to show you some of the results of the decorating and maybe squeeze in some baking if we feel that we have time. Honestly, I thought I'd have so much time to do all the stuff with you, but as usual, I'm an optimist when it comes to how much I'm gonna be able to squeeze into a day. I still need to learn how to manage my time a bit better. Anyways, going to hang these, going to show you the results in the morning, because basically today I have been making more mess than I have been decorating. So I need to clean a bit as well. But I hope you've enjoyed this video so far. Let's hang the lights, and then I'll see you tomorrow. So it's a new day and I'm back in the kitchen, and I forgot to say yesterday that we actually changed our kitchen up a little bit. If you didn't see my post about that, we've painted, and yeah, I'm in my home in case you're wondering where I am with everything looking so different. But yeah, I've set a dough for making lussekatter this morning. Lussekatter is, or lussebullar we also call it, is like a sweet bun. It's made with wheat, so it's not gluten-free, and it's made with saffron. And this is a very traditional kind of Christmas baking treat that we make in Sweden. And I made this on this channel last year, so the recipe is already out there in case you want to try it. So I'll link that down below as well. And I'll link a bunch of other Christmassy things that you might be interested in there as well, in case you want to check them out. But while the dough is rising, because it's a yeast dough, I thought I could talk you through a little bit what I did after I said that we would reconvene today, when I said that yesterday. So first of all, with the dried oranges, I just used a needle and a thread to make that into a garland. It's so easy and it's so effective. But I will say that it would be better to dry the oranges on a baking sheet rather than the grid or griddle or whatever you call that I was using yesterday, because I did get some lines on my oranges. So if you're gonna recreate this, I would just use a regular baking sheet. And I think it will take a little bit longer to dry them, but you will have a better looking result. And like I said as well, I'll write down in the description box how to do them if you want to make them. Also, I cleaned up everything in the living room, or not everything, but almost. And I put on a tablecloth on our table. It looks a little funny because number one, we don't have an iron, so it's not ironed. So it's all crinkly, but you know, you do what you take what you have. And also our table broke the other week, so we've had to shrink it so that it doesn't sort of break in the middle. We're getting a new one, but for now this is what we have. So it looks a bit funny, but I think it still looks nice. And yeah, I put all our candles out on there and the advent candle holder that I decorated so that we can enjoy it. And yeah, we got all our stars up, even though they don't have lights. I think you can tell that this is like a perfectly imperfect Christmas spirit vlog. Nothing's quite right, but it's okay, you know, it's fine. Nothing's quite right anyway this year, so I think it's just keeping with the spirit of 2020, right? Anyways, we did that, and what else did we do? Ah yes, I put out 2 little Santas. This is a very Swedish thing. I don't know, do you do this in other countries? I'm sure you do. Put out little figurines that look like Santas, or a lot of people have little pigs or like snowmen or angels. Anyways, I put out 2. It's not like I don't love having a lot of like little figurines and stuff for Christmas, but they do make me smile, and without cluttering the whole house, I like to put 1 or 2 out in a little sort of hidden away place so I can just look up there and smile when I see them, when they surprise me and I've forgotten about them. So I think that's about all the decorating that we've done, and I think it already looks so much more festive. Actually, I did one more thing. I used the leftover foliage and I put it in with my pampas grass to make it look a little bit more festive. I wish I had like a wide ribbon to tie around the vase as well, but you know, I think it still looks nice. And we also have lots of fairy lights that we haven't put up, but I can't really think of a good place to put them. So if you have any tips, you can always write to me in the comments and I'll hopefully get some ideas from you guys. But anyway, now I think I've talked enough about the decorations. Let's bake the lussebullar. lussekatter or lussebullar are done, and yeah, this dough is pretty sticky if you make it yourself. Don't worry, it just is a little bit sticky. So when you actually roll the balls and then roll them into a long line before you swirl them together, try not to get too much flour on them, but just enough so that they don't stick to the surface, because otherwise they just slide around. I was teaching Rob, and this was one of the sort of things that came up in the learning process, so I thought I'd share that with you. But they are really yummy, they're sweet, they're made from like an enriched dough. And like I said, I will leave the link in the description box. And now I think we deserve a nice julfika, a nice Christmas sit down with some hot drinks and some of our lovely buns. And then some digestive enzymes for me, because I'm a little bit gluten intolerant, so this will fire some things up for me. But I think it's worth it for Christmas spirit. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed watching us decorate and bake and do all things Christmas. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Please share with me any of your traditions or little things that you like to do. We can inspire each other in the commenting field. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.